Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi syrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera kepada semua anak-anak murid daripada wilayah Keramat, pendidikan daerah Keramat ni, di bawah Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Keramat. Juga tidak dilupakan kepada semua cikgu-cikgu, okey. Dan juga tidak dilupakan juga kepada semua ibu bapa penjaga yang dapat bersama-sama dengan kita pada hari ini dalam siri program Pintar Sekolah di bawah kelolaan Sektor Pembelajaran PPD Keramat. Baik, insya-Allah pada hari ini kita akan bersama-sama berkongsi ilmu, berkongsi apa orang kata kaedah, okey, bersama dengan Cikgu Suriyati. Okey, jadi saya minta anak-anak murid sekalian, kalau misalnya kata bolehlah andainya pada ketika ini bersama-sama dengan anda semua ada pen, ada kertas, ada buku catatan, okey, atau sebagainya. Jadi bolehlah sekiranya ada apa-apa persoalan dan sebagainya, terus maklumkan dalam ruang chat kita dan nanti saya akan maklumkan kepada Cikgu Su. Baik, untuk mana-mana anak-anak murid yang mungkin tak kenal dengan Cikgu Su ni, okey, saya perkenalkan sedikit. Baik, Cik Suriyati, Cik Awang, yang mana beliau telah mengajar selama 20 tahun dan sekarang sedang berkhidmat di SMK Setapak Indah. Jadi pada hari ini kita akan sama-sama mendengar perkongsian beliau berkenaan dengan kaedah mudah untuk menjawab ringkasan. Okay, khususnya kepada anak-anak murid yang akan menduduki peperiksaan SPM pada awal tahun depan. Jadi saya tak nak buang masa sebab sesi kita pun tak lama. Saya teruskan kepada Cikgu Suriyati kalau saya kata boleh meneruskan sesi. Boleh
Okay,
Cikgu?
boleh
Okey,
boleh.
dipersilakan.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. How is everybody out there? Are you doing fine at home? Okay, thank you so much. First of all, thank you and thank you so much for being here with me. We are going to learn for about an hour how to answer summary question. Okay, uh, what I'm going to share with you are the things that your teachers have been mentioning in class every day, but that's why we are calling this class as a revision class. Okay, maybe some of you, because the PKPB is quite some time already, have forgotten the ways on to answer summary question effectively. Okay, first thing first. Before we proceed, I want you to be ready with your pen and papers. Okay, all right. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to focus on these 4 areas today. Okay, number 1, what do you need to do when you want to answer summary question? Okay, and then first thing first is referring to the first things that you need to do before you start answering the summary question. Number 3 is about how will you go about, how you should go about in answering summary question. And 911 is the formula that I'm going to share with you today on how to answer summary question. Okay, bear with me until the end. Okay, so I hope by end of today's class, okay, by the end of today's lesson, you will be able to answer summary question by getting at least 7 or 8 marks for content and 3 marks for language, which is 13 over 15, because the full mark is 15. Okay, now let's take a deep breath. Me too, right? Okay, now, so this is what I'm talking about, the allocation of marks. The content, the full mark is 15. The content marks is actually 10 and the language mark is 5. Okay, based on the marking scheme, SPM marking scheme, okay, the content marks, okay, will be given to you when the examiners, okay, manage to see your answers is the same as the one in the marking scheme. So content points you can directly take from the passage given. Okay, and the language part, there are 2 things that the examiners are going to look at, which is paraphrase and also use of language, okay, which is grammar. So I'm gonna touch a bit on the marking scheme. All right, so I'm not going to touch yet on the content because we are going to dig out about the content after this. Okay, so this is the mark scheme for language. Okay, so you are marked based on these 2 criteria, which is paraphrase and also use of English. Okay, paraphrase is actually trying to test your skills or your ability in writing out back the in writing out back the passage in your own words. Okay, the more words, the more own words you use, okay, the more original your writing is, then you can get 5. Okay, there are ways to get 5. Don't worry, I'm going to show you a little bit here today. Okay, and for use of language, in order for you to get 5, okay, apart from very occasional slip, okay, occasional slips mean the errors that is not that glaring, the errors that is not that that change the meaning of the sentence. So that is what we call as very occasional slips. Okay, and then we are focusing on grammar, so tenses, spelling. Okay, those are the things that will be evaluated here in the use of language. All right, so my focus today is how some of you have difficulties in answering a summary question. Okay, some of you say you always score 2 marks for language. Sometimes you always score 1 mark for language. So what happened? Actually, today, by end of this lesson, I'm very sure if you practice what I'm going to teach you today, you will be getting 3, the minimum of 3. Okay, so 3. Okay, how to get 3 marks for language? Okay, for paraphrase, if you are able to show that you know which part of the paragraph that has the answer, that has the content point, okay, meaning you did not copy the whole thing as original text. So you will be given 3 actually. Okay, intelligent and selectively think means you know this is the answer for your question. Meaning when you are writing your answer, when you are writing your summary, you did not do anything to the sentence. You just take the whole sentence and put it in your summary. So if you know how to do this, you know how to select the correct content, the correct sentence, you will be given 3. Okay, whereas for language, you will be given 3. Okay, look at the keywords here. Fairly accurate but simple sentences tend to dominate the writing. Meaning, if you are copying, make sure you are copying 100% accurate. No spelling error is allowed when you are copying from the original text, because all the spelling of words are there, right, in the passage. Okay, and also if you want to get 3, if you are writing using your own language, we can see that you are writing only in simple sentences. So most probably that's the reason why you are given 3. So in SPM, when your marks have been decided for paraphrase, let's say you get 3 for a paraphrase, you get 3 for use of language, it will be added and then divided into 2. So like here, if you 3 plus 3, it will be 6 marks, right? So divided by 2, so your language mark will be 3 marks. So that's how marking for language is done during SPM. Okay, I'm going to proceed here. If you have any question, please type out, all right? Okay, first thing first, okay? What is a summary actually? Why do you need to answer a summary question in SPM exam? Right? Why do you need to do a writing question again in paper 2, whereas you have 2 difficult questions, 2 killer questions in your paper 1, right? Okay, because here the main focus is not testing on your ability in explaining, in elaborating, in practicing your skills in language. Okay, summary is actually focusing on how you can shorten, how you can condense a passage, a long passage, to a shorter one. How a long passage with 600 to 800 words to become only 130 words. Okay, you will be given 10 words. So actually you are supposed to write in 120 words only. Okay, so can you imagine? You need to have a skill to do this. So that's why we are doing this class, all right? Okay, from 600 to 800, there must be something in the passage that you must take out in order for you to get a good summary. Okay, because summary contains only 130 words. If you are writing 131 words or 132 words, whatever you have written after the 130th words will not be marked by the examiner. So be careful. That's why it is very important for you to know the number of words that you are writing for summary. Okay, I have candidates who is cheating. Okay, they wrote more than 130 words, but at the end of the corner, you're supposed to write the number of words, right? Okay, they put 99 words, 100 words. The moment we see your answer, we will have to count the number of words. Every single word that you wrote, we will have to count. Okay, so please count it correctly. It is not for us, it is for you, because the lesser you write means you are, maybe your summary did not have enough points, or if you are writing more than 130 words, maybe you are writing, you are including things that is not supposed to be there. Okay, so that's why please follow the rules. Please write only in 130 words, including the 10 words given. All right. Okay, a good summary. Okay, a good summary should be precise and short. Okay, and then it can also contain only main points, or your teachers always say content points. Okay, how do you get the content points? Depending on the question. All right. Okay, and then a summary also should be, when you have chosen the content points, when you have listed out, when you have taken out your points, okay, it needs to be linked by conjunctions or connectors. Okay, if you are able to do this, conjunctions or connectors, and if you are able to do it effectively, okay, intelligently, maybe your language marks will be given 4. Okay, it depends on how you write your sentences using these conjunctions and connectors. Okay, what does it mean by conjunctions? Any idea? Okay, we have hundreds of conjunctions in this world, correct or not? Okay, but the simplest one that you can remember, that you can memorize in order to help you to answer summary question is by looking at this, fanboys. Familiar, right? Okay, fanboys is the short form or the formula for you to remember. F is for for, F-O-R. A is for and, A-N-D. N is for nor, N-O-R. B is for but, B-U-T. O is for or. Y is for yet, and S is for so. So if you are able to use these conjunctions in linking out your points, inshallah, you'll be getting good marks for language. Okay. Besides conjunctions, you can also use connectors. Okay, we have many types of connectors because this falls under cohesive device, right? Okay, we have many types of connectors, but make sure when you choose your connectors, okay, it is suitable with your summary. Sometimes don't simply put your connectors everywhere in the summary. Okay, we don't need the numbers. Okay, we need the quality. We need to know whether you know how to use the connectors or not. Good. So that's the main point of putting in connectors into your summary writing. So among the famous one, okay, the famous one is next, then, and furthermore. Okay, so remember this. If you want to get good marks for language, besides your content points, you can practice using conjunctions, fanboys, or connectors. Okay, at least memorize 3 to 4. The one that can be used at any situation, any question, any sentence. It will be helpful to you. Okay, next. All right, a good summary. Okay, a good summary. Please remember this. If you can remember this, if you can understand this concept, you will have a very solid summary. Okay, a good summary will not, okay, I'm emphasizing here, a good summary will not have examples. Okay, do you know it's an example when you see the word like, as, such as? Okay, so those are the cues, those are the clues for that the next sentence are examples. Okay, sorry for my stutter. Okay, a good summary also will not have elaboration. Okay, sometimes when you are writing your essays, your teachers keep on telling you, you want to get good marks for language, please write elaboration, right? But for summary, that is a forbidden. Okay, you cannot write any elaboration in summary. Okay, and also for summary, we don't have lengthy explanation. We don't have long sentences, 2-3 sentences, 2-3 lines for in order to write a sentence. No, we don't have that in summary. Everything is short, sweet, and precise. Okay, figurative language. We don't have proverbs. We don't have idioms. We don't have what else? What else under figurative language? We don't have metaphor. We don't have simile. We don't have onomatopoeia. Whatever things under figurative language, we don't have that. Don't include that in your summary. Okay. Next one, dialogues. Okay, most of the time, okay, as far as I'm concerned, dialogues are considered as explanation, are considered as extra information. So that's why it is not allowed to be put into your summary. Okay, adverbs also, sometimes, okay, adverbs, the simplest one, quickly, okay, how do you run? Quickly, I run quickly, right? Okay, I don't want to know, okay, in your summary, we don't want to know how do you run. We just want to know whether you run or not. So I run, enough. So cancel out your adverbs. And the next one is repetitions. Okay, sometimes if you notice in a passage, okay, you have seen this point, these words being repeated a few times, right? Okay, so that one also, you just take the first one in case that is the content point, and you cancel out the second one. So do not take repetition, do not do repetitions in your summary. And finally, the most important one, please do not include your own opinions or anybody's opinions into your summary. Okay, it's forbidden, a big no. Okay, and next one, also the most important thing is you need to write your summary in one paragraph, not in point forms. Okay, there are years when you are writing in point forms, they will penalize you for it, penalize your content marks. So it's a bit a waste for you lah. Okay, so please write in one paragraph. Okay, okay. And so far, do you understand the concept of writing a good summary? So far, please write into the comments so I will know whether you understand or not. Okay, I will proceed. Okay, let's recall. What is a summary? Okay, a summary is a condensed from a longer one. Condensed here means a shortened version of a longer passage. Okay, you just want to know the important thing. You just want to know the main idea. You don't want to know the rest of the things that is not important. Okay, what about number 2? Can I include examples in my summary? The answer is definitely no. Okay, why don't they allow the examples in your summary? Because you are only given 130 words, okay, and the 130 words given to you is actually considered as ideal number for you to write enough content points. So if you are putting in your examples in, you might have taken the place for the words prepared for the content. Okay, so that's why do not include the examples. And then number 3, how many words allowed? Okay, like I told you just now, 130 words, including the 10 words given. Okay, question number 4, how many paragraphs allowed? So this is not an essay, remember that. So you are only allowed to write 1 paragraph. And finally, how do I link my points to get good language marks? The answer is you can use connectors or not prepositions, conjunctions, okay, or conjunctions. Okay, so we are settled with the concept. Now we are going to the next section, which is analyzing the questions. All right. Before we analyze the 3 years of SPM paper, okay, I'm going to analyze only 3 years. Okay, questions from the SPM 2017, SPM 2018, SPM 2019. I'm going to focus on the keyword first. Okay, the keywords, the common keywords that you might see in most of SPM papers, English SPM papers for summary writing. Okay, so this is the latest one, the current one, SPM 2019. Okay, for SPM 2017, SPM 2018, and SPM 2019. Okay, the pattern given was a narrative form. Okay, the passage was given to the students in a narrative form, meaning it is about a story. It is a story of from somebody. Okay, can be a one-person story or can be more than one-person story. Okay, so we are going to touch on that after this. Okay, for 2019, it is about Melissa. Okay, Melissa faced problems when she was paragliding on March 2nd. In case some of you did not know what is paragliding, so this is what paragliding looks like. Okay, a dangerous sport, right? Okay, an adventurous one too. Okay, so this is paragliding. Okay, now, based on the passage, write a summary on the problems. So you are supposed to write or to find content points based on this keyword, problems. Anything to do with problems, any sentence that is related to the problems can be your content points. Okay, what does it mean by problems here? Okay, I'm very sure everybody knows what does it mean by problems, masalah. Okay, this question is quite familiar. It's quite common in SPM papers. Okay, but they use different words. Okay, to trick you. Okay, maybe 2019 they use the word problems. Okay, some other years they might use the word challenges. Okay, obstacles and difficulties. Okay, for the challenges, obstacles, difficulties have the same idea with problem. So if you see these words next time, you know that they are talking about problems. So don't worry if you see these unfamiliar words. Okay. All right. Now, besides problems, there's another one keyword that is almost being used for the past few years. Okay. The word did. Did is a verb, a helping verb. Okay. And if you notice, did is written in past tense. Okay. Did is written in past tense. So this is a clue for you to write your summary in past tense. Okay. So that's why it is very important for you to read the questions carefully. So if you look at the word did, you know your answers must be in past tense. If you are writing in present tense, it might be considered as grammatical errors. Okay, and also the next one is the word, oh yeah, the present tense form for did is do, right? So it is a verb, kata kerja. Okay, so the meaning is buat. Okay, what are the words that you might see? Okay, asking the same idea. Okay, you might see the word steps. Famous, right? You always see these words, right? Okay, steps and make. So they have the same idea as did, buat. Okay, so if next time you know, you happen to see the word steps, you happen to see the word make, you know the meaning is something to do with buat, what you are supposed to do, what you are supposed to take, what you are supposed to make. So you know it is referring to buat, kata kerja. Okay, another word that is quite common to you, that you always see everywhere, is overcome. Okay, the meaning of overcome is Bahasa, in Bahasa, is mengatasi. So what are the other words that have the same meaning with overcome? Okay, you might see the word solve. Okay, maybe the question can be like, okay, what are the ways to solve the problems? Okay, or what are the ways to survive the problems? So maybe if by looking at, you will have some idea. If you see the word solve, if you see win, if you see the word survive, you know the idea of the question is actually looking at what you are supposed to do, not you, the person in the passage. Okay, so, all right, next. Okay, this is SPM 2018. Okay, look at the question again. What Sarah did, right? See, the same word, right? What Sarah did to become one of the best female surfers in Malaysia, and also the word challenges. See, I told you. So the questions is always come out like this pattern, talking about problems, talking about challenges, talking about difficulties, talking about troubles, talking about steps taken. So the idea is always around that. Okay, so by understanding these words, you will be able to find the correct answers, find the correct content points for your summary. Okay, next. SPM 2017, Maria and Jeffrey decided to stop watching television. So this is something interesting actually. If you happen to come across a SPM 2000 paper, it is very interesting. The story was about Maria and Jeffrey trying to stop watching television. Can you imagine? They want to stop watching television. So you need to find this paper and read the whole thing, right? Okay, Based on the passage, write a summary on what they did. Again, I'm telling you, you can always see this word. So, apa, buat, okay? What they did which improved their lifestyle. What they did, apa yang mereka buat, which improve, yang telah membantu meningkatkan, okay? Improve is meningkatkan, betul? Their lifestyle. Okay, so if you understand all these keywords, okay, you will have a focus to look at when you are trying to find your content points. Okay, if you understand the question clearly, then it will be easy for you to find the content points. All right, the keywords. Let us do revision again. I always do revision because I don't want you to forget. Okay, again, common words. Did is the past tense form. Present tense is do. So the meaning is buat. So other words that have the same idea, I'm talking about the same idea, is made. Made is past tense of make. Okay. Prepared, menyediakan. Arrange, menyusun. Okay. Problems, masalah, because we have S here, right? So we know the question is asking more than one problem. The moment you see it is in plural form, you know the question is asking more than one problem. So masalah. So what are other words that can be related to problems? We have complications, we have hardships, we have troubles. Okay, nampak susah kan? But the meaning is the same. The idea is the same. Talking about problems. All right. The next one is challenges. Problems, challenges, almost the same idea, right? Masalah. So challenges is also another masalah, right? So challenges, the meaning in Bahasa Melayu is cabaran, halangan. Okay, other words for challenges, again, difficulties, problems, obstacles. So it goes around that area. So the idea is almost the same. Okay, so next time when you happen to come across these words, don't be afraid. Please do not leave your summary question blank. Try to answer. Okay, all right. Overcome, menyelesaikan, solving and settle, or become, menjadi, turn into and convert. Okay, so these are important keywords from the 3 years SPM paper. Okay, so far so good? So far so good, students? Okay, next. Okay, now we are going to the next phase, which is techniques of answering summary question. Okay, we have many techniques, okay, introduced by your teachers. We have broom, we have brief, we have bryce, we even have bruise, okay. So these techniques of answering summary question is actually catered to certain groups. Okay, broom is for average students, brief is for good students, bryce is for average students, and many more. Okay, so these are the famous ones. I'm listing it here. Okay, but my methods of answering a summary question is something that I have learned long time ago. Okay, so I want to apply it to my students, and also I want to share it with you too. And some of the teachers also have practiced this and have applied this in their lessons, and they can see improvements. So the next one is called BOSCIA. BOSCIA. Pronounce it correctly. BOSCIA, not the other pronunciation, yeah? BOSCIA. Okay, what is BOSCIA? I'm going to explain to you right after this. Okay. B stands for boxing the text. Almost all methods in summary writing, in techniques of answering summary writing, will start with B, because it is vital for you to box the text. It's very important for you to box the text. Okay, the second one, O, is for odd ones counted. I will explain to you what does it mean after this. S, short and simple. C, connect us all. I, is it me? And finally, A, all points safe. Well, actually, I have Googled the meaning for BOSCIA. What I came through is this one. It is actually a facial wash, a mask from Sephora. Can you imagine that? All right, next, I'm going to continue. Okay, B, what does it mean by boxing the text? Students make a box based on the numbered lines given in the question. This box contains the important points where the answer should be based on. For example, use materials from line 16 to line 35. Okay, you are only allowed to find your content points from the lines mentioned. Okay, like this one, this is text. So line 16 is over there. Okay, so you have to do a box like this. Why is it important for you to do a box? Okay, because you must only take your content points from the box. Only if you accidentally took anything outside the box, that is considered as outside prescribed text. The meaning is you have not followed the instruction you took. And if you took a point outside the box, you are not following the instruction, right? So your marks will be deducted for what? For language or for content? For language. Okay, because obviously the instruction was clear. You must take your answers only from line 16 to line 42. Okay, so please, this is very important before you start answering summary question. Okay, next one. O. What does it mean by O? Okay, odd ones out. Okay, remember what I'm sharing here is for those who have difficulties in answering a summary question. Yeah? Before this, you always got 2 or 3 marks only for content points. Inshallah, after you apply this method, you will get the minimum of 5 to 7 marks for content. So odd ones out means when you read the passage, you will only underline the odd numbered sentence. What does it mean by odd numbered? Odd is ganjil. You will only underline ayat yang ganjil. Okay, numbered, odd numbered. Ayat yang ganjil from each paragraph. Okay, setiap paragraph you will underline the odd numbered sentences. All right. Ignore dialogues. If you happen to see a dialogue in that paragraph, you have to ignore that one. Okay. Next one. Okay, let me show you the example. Okay, this is the passage that you have boxed just now, right? Okay, so now let's see where is the first sentence. Okay, odd means ganjil. Ganjil means nombor 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on, right? So this one, the first sentence is this one. So you will underline only the first sentence, okay, the odd one. The couple were obviously proud of their achievement and this provided them with a springboard for other projects. Okay, so the next one is sentence 2, we will not underline. Okay, so let's see a next paragraph. Again, where is your first line? This one, right? In the evening, they now had time to go on long bicycle rides. So this is underlined. And then you're going to skip second sentence. You go to third sentence. He opted for other news sources like online newspapers and magazines and realized that it was actually better to get what he needed in these different ways. Okay, so this is the third sentence. Okay, the fifth sentence. Okay, the absence of the sounds of the television appealed to her. Okay, next sentence is sentence number 5. Maria struggled to get used to this. Next sentence is sentence number 7. They gathered friends together for parties. Okay, and we will not underline the next one, okay, because this is sentence number 8. Okay, next, okay, you will do the same for the rest of the paragraph. Okay, once you have underlined the odd ones, okay, let's see the first paragraph just now. We underline the couple were obviously proud of their achievements and this provided them with a springboard for other projects. So this is actually a content point number 2 in the mark scheme. Okay, so indirectly you already have 1 point in your hand. Don't you feel happy for that? Okay, okay, next paragraph. Sentence 1. In the evenings, they now had time to go on long bicycle rides. You copied exactly, you underlined this one just now, right? And in the mark scheme, okay, sentence 3, he opted for other news sources like online newspapers and magazines, and realized that it was actually better to get what he needed in these different ways. So if you notice, I put a green tick here because this is also in the mark scheme. Okay, they now had time to go on long bicycle rides. And also this one, he opted for other news sources. This is content point 5. So can you see or not? Okay, by just underlining the odd ones, the odd sentences, odd numbered sentences, you will be able to get points. You will be able to identify the content points, just like that. So please answer your questions. Do not leave it blank. Okay. All right. You copied 3 sentences. You scored 3 points for content. Okay. And the marks are 3. Don't you feel happy for that? Okay. Next. So now we are touching on S, short and simple. What does it mean by short and simple? How do you shorten from 600 to 800 words of passage to become only 130? So there are ways that you can do that. Okay, students will leave out examples and relative clauses. Okay, so this is the basic things. I have given you just now a whole list, right? I'm sorry. Okay, a whole list, right? Okay, students leave out examples and relative clauses from the sentences they have they have identified in O. Okay, they do this by identifying keywords. Okay, examples are identified through words like, okay, you know you are reading about examples when you see this clue. The sentence starts with, for example, such as, for instance, and like. So these are the famous clues or famous cues. You know that the next sentence is talking about examples. So definitely you can cross that one out of your summary. Okay, next one. Okay, let me show you the example. Okay, so this is taken from the text. Okay, he opted for other news sources like online newspapers and magazines and realized that it was actually better to get what he needed in these different ways. Okay, so here we know like is the clue for examples, right? So what you need to do next is to cancel whatever examples given in the passage. So your content point is actually this. He opted for other news sources, 1 mark. Okay, so that's why if you understand what are the things that you need to cancel out, you will get the points straight to the point. Okay, next, another example. Okay, you can also use relative clauses. Okay, relative clauses are identified through words like whose, which, where, who, that, and when. Okay, for example, in a sentence like this, Sister Bowie, okay, I took this from somewhere else, yeah, not from the question paper. Okay, Sister Bowie, whose patience and love worthy of a saint, helped me through my ordeal. Okay, do you notice or not? The sentence have a comma here and a comma here. Okay, so this is also a clue that this sentence contains relative clauses. Okay, so the relative clauses is recognized from the first comma and the word whose until the end of the second comma. So starting from here, the comma, the word whose until the end, we consider this as relative clauses. Okay, thus, whose patience and love worthy of a saint is eliminated to shorten the sentence to only this one. So this is actually the content point. So this is what we consider as explanation or elaboration. So this is what we need to take up when you are writing your summary. Okay, so these are the things that you need to understand. Okay, how to differentiate between content points and details, content points and explanation, content points and examples by looking at this. Okay, okay, next one is C. Remember, we have B, we have O, we have S, we have C. Now we are entering C. Connect us all. Okay. For very weak students, okay, you are taught some simple sequence connectors for flow of ideas, right? Okay. For example, like this. This is the easiest one that you can remember. first, second, third, next, after that, then finally. Okay, and if you are a much better level, okay, you can use other sequence connectors, you can use other logical connectors, up to you. But not, please try not to use a connector with two words. For example, in addition, you will lose the space for another word, right, for your content points. In addition, on the other hand, okay, I don't encourage you to use those kind of linkers or connectors. Okay, all right, again, fanboys, to connect sentences, to connect ideas. Okay, and finally, and not finally yet. Okay, is it me? Okay, students are taught to change their pronoun. Okay, I think I'm very sure all teachers have been reminding you, you can never put I. Correct or not? You can never put I into your summary. The moment the examiner see the word I, your marks will be penalized. Okay, the reason is because the story is about somebody else, not about you. So when you are writing the word I in your summary, it is referring to you, the student. So that's why they don't allow you to write the word I. Okay, I in your summary. Please take note. Anything to do with I is actually not allowed. Okay, I, me, my, mine is referring to you, right? So you are not in the story. So don't use this in your summary. Okay, if you know the gender of the writer, you can use he or she if you know. But the worst case scenario, if you don't know the gender, you can always use the writer. So always ask yourself, is it me in the story? So double check whether you have accidentally wrote the word I in your summary. Okay. Okay, and finally, all points are safe. Okay, after the sentences are shortened, the next task that you need to do is to count the number of words of all the chosen points, of all the underlined odd sentences just now, odd numbered sentences just now. Okay, this is your final job before you start writing your summary. Okay, you need to know that you have to have at least 110 words. Okay, because you have the 10 points given by the question itself. Okay, so this is how an ideal summary should look like. Okay, so the given phrase given was 10 words. Okay, you're given the first 10 words, so you will start your summary continuing the 10 words given. Okay, we assume that one content will have like 10 or 10 to 11 words, so it will become 110 words. And we will assume your connectors just now, the linkers, the fanboys, the conjunctions will take about 10 words. So in total, this is an ideal number for a summary, 130 words. Okay, so far so good. Are you still here? Or are you yawning already? Okay, now let's continue. Okay, 991 to the rescue. Okay, what are the things? Okay, what are the tiny mean thing that you can do in order to help you to score better in your summary? Some technicalities actually. All right. Before that, let's recall. B is for boxing the text. O is for odd ones up, odd ones counted. S is for short and simple. C is for connect as all. I, is it me? And finally, A is all points safe. All right. Okay, so in your SPM, okay, previous year's papers, okay, the place or the pages given to you to answer summary question is usually 2.5 pages. So the half pages is actually right after the question here. Okay, right after the question, and you will be given the next two blank pages. Okay, my advice is to use these half page to plan. Okay, to plan, to scribble, to connect, to list out your fanboys here first, or to list out your linkers first here before you start writing your summary, right? Okay, you can jot your ideas here. The examiner will not penalize you for doing that. Okay, you can do it here, your planning and whatsoever here. Okay, my advice for you is to start writing your summary on the next page, on the fresh page. Okay, so now we are going to thoroughly on the techniques. We are going to focus on the techniques of answering, how to write your summary effectively and successfully to the eye of the examiner. Okay, step one. Okay, some people say, teacher, why do we need to do the boxes, teacher? It's so lame, teacher. I'm so lazy to do, teacher. Yes, I know, but this will help you to keep track of the number of words that you have written. So you will not exceed 130 words. Okay, so the ideal one, you can use your ruler. Okay, you can follow the size of your ruler actually. Okay, the width of your ruler, right? Okay, you just put on the paper and just follow the size. Okay, so the ideal one, so you don't have to count. So you can remember this. You can draw this table. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 columns, and you're gonna draw 26 rows. So when you multiply this, you will get 130 boxes. Exactly. So you don't have to count because you have very limited time for paper 2. Okay. All right. So once you have drawn your boxes here, leave it there. Okay, leave it there. Okay, you don't have to erase actually. As far as I'm concerned, they will mark your table. Okay, they will mark. You don't have to rewrite actually. Whatever is in the box, it's okay. Okay, they will be happy to see the boxes, because they can just they can count clearly actually. They can count easily when you have the boxes. So don't worry about the boxes. You do not have to erase. You do not have to rewrite, to copy. No, save your time. Okay. Next, step 2. Okay, please remember, some of the students are so lazy to copy again the 10 words given. Please, this will help you to keep track of the number of words again. Okay, so just transfer the 10 words into the boxes. Remember, one box is only for one word. Okay, after giving up watching the television, Maria and Jeffrey started. So you will have to answer your summary continuing the idea, the word started. Okay, if you look at the passage, okay, you would not see the word started. Okay, I'm going to explain to you after this. Okay, identify the task. Okay, once you have settled with the boxes, you have settled with the drawing. Okay, now it's your job to focus on the task. Okay, again, before you start finding the content points, you ask yourself. Okay, you ask yourself, what is the question asking from you? Is it a step-by-step instruction? Is it about what the writer is doing in her story or his story? Is it about her feeling or his feeling? Okay, so you need to ask yourself, okay, if you can answer these questions, you know that if you are supposed to write a step-by-step instruction, your clues, your keywords that you need to find in the passage are revolving around this. Okay, verbs, kata, kerja, step by step, one by one, right? Satu demi satu, langkah demi langkah. So of course the answer will usually start with a verb. Okay, list out the name, write down this, play this one. So it's an instruction, right? So it is always usually starts with verbs, right? If you are supposed to write about what the writer did, okay, like last year's question is talking about the problems, right? Okay, the problems also started, you can use the idea, the keywords verbs, okay, the verbs. Okay, what happened to her? Okay, you can use, you can identify verbs in the passage. You know, when you find the verbs, that's the answer. Okay, remember the verbs within the box, okay, not outside the box. And finally, felt. Felt is feeling, okay, felt is past tense for feeling. So usually when you are talking about feeling, we are going to look at the keywords, okay, any keywords in the passage that is referring to adjectives, kata, sifat. Okay, so these are basic clues that you can remember, you can apply, you can practice when you want to identify the task, your task. Okay, so This is the question, right? For SPM 2017, Maria and Jeffrey decided to stop watching television. Based on the passage, write a summary on what they did. Okay, so this one, which one do you think? Is it verbs or is it adjectives? Of course, we need to find verbs because of the word did. Okay, so that's why you need to understand the task. All right. Okay, step 4. Find the content points. Okay, now you can find the content points using the strategies that I have introduced to you just now, the Bosia method, the broom method, or the brief method. Up to you. You can apply which methods that you think suits you best. Okay, because different level, different way of finding the content points, right? If you have good language, you will not have any problem finding the content points. Okay, all right. Next, okay, my advice is at least to find 10 points. Okay, usually in a passage, they will have like 12, 13, 14 content points, but they will only need 10 points from you. So try at least to identify 10 points within the box area. Okay. Step 5, arrange your points according to the order in the passage. Okay, please follow the order in the passage. Okay, follow the tenses used in original passage, because sometimes if the passage is given in narrative form, it is written in past tense, right? So please, if your passage is given in past tense, your answer should also be in past tense. Okay, next point is you should write your sentences in a complete sentence form. You must have a subject and you must have a verb. Because if you don't mention the subject, we don't know that sentence is referring to which person. Okay, remember in one story we have a few characters, right? Okay, we have a few characters. So this sentence, this point that you are writing is referring to whom? Siapa yang melakukan perkara itu? So that's why you need to write your sentences using complete sentences with subject. Subject is the person doing. Verb is what the person is doing. Okay, this one is who, this one is what is doing. Okay, connect using connectors. Once you have identified, once you have written down the sentences, your next task is to connect. Again, I am repeating, you can connect using connectors or conjunctions. But I'm very sure at this hour, at this time now, you can memorize, you can tell me back what we have learned today, right? Because I've been repeating the same thing again and again. Okay, step 6, the word count. Okay, the word count, what you see is what you get. This is how you count your number of words. This is how you know whether it's one word, it's two words, it's three words. What you see is what you get. That's the formula. Whatever you see in front of your eyes, you count it as one. Okay, except for the hyphenated word. Okay, for example, one word. Is considered one. One, one, one. Doesn't matter whether it is a single letter or it is a long word with many letters. It is still considered as one. Okay. Hyphenated. So this is what I mean. Although you have two words here, but it is linked with a hyphen, right? So this is what we call a hyphenated word. So if you see a hyphenated word, this is considered as one word. Okay, well known, ice cream. So this is considered as one word and one word. And the rest will be counted as two or more words. Okay, for example, Kuala Lumpur, 2 words. Hotel California, 2 words. KLCC, 4 words. Kuala Lumpur City Centre. So do not think that if by writing KLCC, you will count it as one. No, it will still be counted as 4 words. Okay, so by mastering this skill, you will be able to write within that 130 words. Okay, so let's discuss SPM 2017 question. Okay, it is a story about a husband and wife who are trying to stop watching television. So they have decided to stop watching television. So the question was talking about what they did. Okay, when they decided to stop watching television, what are the things that they did to improve their lifestyle? Okay, so you must write in one paragraph. So this is the meaning of continuous writing form. The meaning is you must write in one paragraph. See, not note form, yeah, cannot be in point form. And you can only use materials from line 16 to line 42, only this. So that's why you need to box the area, okay? And then you cannot write longer than 130 words, including the 10 words given. So this is the first 10 words given. After giving up watching the television, Maria and Jeffrey started. Okay. Now, analyzing the question. Okay, what are the common words that you see in the question? The word did, what they did. It's a verb, right? Okay. Apa mereka buat? Improve, meningkat atau meningkatkan. So now let's try out Bosia method. Okay, so this is SPM 2017 question. So this is the area that you are supposed to find the content points, line 16 to line 42. Okay, now we did the same thing just now. Okay, we will underline the odd numbered sentences. Okay, this is all odd numbered sentences. Right, on to the last line. Okay, now if you have underlined all the odd numbered sentences, how many marks do you think that you will get for your content? Okay, let's take out. Let's gather all the sentences together. Okay, so these are the sentences copied from the passage, copied from the box, copied from the box area. Okay, these are all the odd numbered sentences that we have underlined just now. And the one that I have given the green tick are the ones, the points are in the mark scheme. Okay, they are fulfilling the needs of the content points. Okay, they contain the content points that is the same as in the mark scheme. Okay, for example, number 1, tidying overgrown garden. Okay, number 2, couple were obviously proud of their achievement and these provided them with a springboard for other projects. Point 3, the next content point that you score is this bicycle ride, long bicycle ride. Number 4 that you have copied just now, you still get a point, okay, because he opted for other news sources. Okay, number 5. So this one is not in the mark scheme, so that's why you don't get the mark here. The same thing with number 6, because the question was talking about what they did to improve their lifestyle. So number 6 is not talking about the improvement, right? So that's why this is not considered as the content point. Okay, number 7, they gathered friends together for parties. Yeah, so this is a showing that they have improved their life, right? That's why they can party now. Okay, and number 7, okay, number 8, they will soon have a year into life without television. So this one also has nothing to do with improvement, right? This is only talking about their experience of living out television. Okay, number 9, Jeffrey started walking more. So the word more is the clue telling that he is doing something more than he did before this particular time. Okay, more is the clue telling that he has improved. So that's why this is considered as content point. Okay, number 10, so there were fewer, again, fewer. Okay, when you see the word improve, it is a condition when something previously was bad, now it is better now. So that's the meaning of improve. So the word more and fewer is the clue to show an improvement. Okay, dulu banyak gaduh, there were few, but now there were fewer arguments. Dulu banyak gaduh, sekarang dah kurang gaduh. Okay, simply because there was more time. Again, more time. Dulu tak cukup masa sebab asyik tengok TV. Now they have more time to do the chores. Okay, so these are the clues telling about the improvement. Okay, number 11. So that's why this is considered as 2 points. Fewer argument, and the second point is more time to do the chores. So these are 2 content points in one sentence. Okay, the next one is line odd number 11. You have copied this now. Okay, Maria started to look a lot healthier. See, can you see the word healthier? A comparison. Okay, so if you see the word improvement, try to look at the keywords of a comparison word. Okay, more, fewer, healthier. So it shows, it is a clue that something has improved. And finally, the last line that we have copied just now, Maria both managed to get more sleep. Again, so you know this is the content point because this is the signal of an improvement. Okay, all in all, how many content points did you score now? How many? Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Full mark, 10 marks, 10 out of 10. Aren't you proud of yourself? Okay, so now your next job, you know you have the sentences, but if you copied every single thing from here, you will exceed the number of 130. So what should we do next? S, you must remember to shorten your sentences. Okay, shorten and make it simpler. Okay, remember the ways to choose content points? I've mentioned earlier, right? So they began tidying up their overgrown garden, revealing some stunning flowers that have been previously hidden. So this is revealing is the clue that these are all explanation. Okay, he opted for other news sources. The word like is the signal for examples. So you will cancel the rest. So it will leave you out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. And for the second point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 words for one content. So these are the skills that you need to master, that you need to practice in order to get full marks for your content. Okay, because we don't want to exceed the number of words. If you copied every single thing here, definitely you will exceed 130 words. Okay, and C, connect is all. Use linkers, use conjunctions. Okay, I've mentioned a few times already. I've been repeating it, so I hope by now you are remembering these. Okay, okay. How do you use connectors to link your ideas, to link the points that you have chosen just now, the points that you have identified just now? Okay, for example, Jeffrey started walking more. There were fewer arguments about undone chores simply because there was more time to do them. So these 2 points are in the same paragraph. So if you want to use connectors or conjunctions, you can use like this. Furthermore, Jeffrey started walking more, and so 2 ideas, right? 2 different ideas. So you connect 2 different ideas using a conjunction and. Okay, more, and there were fewer arguments about undone chores simply because there was more time to do them. So it's as simple as that. Okay, if you are able to do this in your summary writing, you will definitely, I can guarantee you will get 3 or 4. Okay, 3 or 4. It's in your hand. Okay, finally, is it me? Again, check your answers. If you still write I in your passage, in your summary, please change it. Please change the pronoun. Replace your pronoun. If you know the gender, you can use he or she. If you don't know the gender, the safest one is to use the word the writer. Okay, usually from the last 3 years, SPM 2017, SPM 2018, SPM 2019, you basically know the gender of the writer. So it is easy for us. Okay, so once everything is done, all points are saved, now you can start filling in your boxes, 130 boxes. Okay, so this is a sample answer that I have copied, okay, from what we have underlined just now. Okay, so if you cancel out the examples, if you cancel out the elaborations, if you took out everything that I have mentioned just now, it will leave you with 98 words. It's okay as long as you get the complete 10 words, 10 content points. Okay, because we have touched 10 content points, so it's fine. Okay, all right. So in the first sentence given, the first 10 words given, you were given the word started. Okay, so this is another trick. Okay, this is another trick. They give you a different starter, different word in the 10 words, but you can only find the word began in the original passage. So they want you to know the synonym, kata sama, erti. Okay, of course you're not going to see the word started in your sentence. Of course, when you read, teacher, I cannot find the word started. Yes, you will not be able to find that word. Yes, because they want to test you your understanding and your vocabulary too. So they just switch one word here. Usually they will switch words here. Usually, I'm not saying a must, yeah. Don't go back to your class and tell your teacher, Cikgu Suriyati cakap this will be definitely changed. No, most of the time, okay. So started has the same meaning with began. So that's why you can look at the original passage. You can start writing your answers after the word began. Tidying up their overgrown garden. 1 point. They were proud of their achievement and this provided them with a springboard for other projects. Point 2. Also, so they use the use of a linker here. They had more time to go on long bicycle ride. Point 5. Jeffrey opted for other news sources. Okay, and next, so you can see all the points are here. So that's why this answer, by practicing, by applying BOSIA method, you'll get full mark for content. And you will get 3 marks for language. As simple as that. You don't have to crack your head. Okay, I'm just very worried. Some of the students did not get the correct techniques, so that's why they did not they did not score. Sorry, they did not score more than 10 marks for summary. Okay, remember, in order to pass, you need at least 62 marks over 155 to pass your SPM paper. So please work hard, okay? So at least by answering summary part, you have already scored 13 marks. There's not that much for you to score anymore in order to pass, okay? So try as much as you can. So this is the one that you copied exactly, you get 13. So I'm going to show you the excellent one. Okay.
Cikgu Su,
Yes?
we have question here. We need to
Okay.
write 12 content point, right?
10. Only 10.
Only 10.
Yes.
Cannot more than that.
No, the maximum marks given for content is only 10.
All right.
Okay, no matter how many you write in your summary, 14, 15, 20, the marks given will only be 10 marks.
Okay.
Okay, okay,
All
so
right.
this is an excellent example. Okay, if you notice, I have colored the sentence differently because every single sentence are content points. So this is how an excellent student write. Okay, every single sentence are content points. So that's why the students scored full mark. If you notice, the students only rephrase the sentences. The idea is still the same. You cannot change the idea of the content points. You must retain the original meaning, but you can rephrase it using the words given in the passage. Okay, like this student. Okay, just rephrase, don't overdo. Okay, don't over rephrase. Sometimes it will change the meaning of the content point. So you will still, your marks will be deducted. Okay, so I think that's all from me. That's the last slide from me. I hope all of you are ready for your SPM. Don't be frustrated, stay positive, and keep on doing your exercises. Okay, with that, thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, thank you to Teacher Suriyati for the good session today. If you have any question want to ask, you can write down at the YouTube chat room. Inshallah, Teacher Su can answer it. Maybe 1 or 2 question.
You don't have any questions?
Yeah, I think. Okay. So I think all of us can understand on what Teacher Su shared. So we have that decision can help you to write a good summary lah. One of the part that can help you to get the marks. On behalf PPD Kramat, again I want to give a lot of thanks to Teacher Suriyati and also to SPM candidates and teachers for the times given for the session today. So may
Yeah.
Allah give the best of for what we are doing today.
Yes.
Uh, I will share this.
Oh.
Okay. At the screen you can see the QR code. This QR code is for us to get feedback for this session. Please help. So insyaAllah, we will have another session. Okay,
Tomorrow.
and tomorrow with the Cikgu Iwan for the prinsip perakaunan, same time. And also we have tuition at the following weeks, every Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, 2:30 p.m. Don't forget. Okay, insyaAllah we'll see you again at another session. Thank you so much. Okay, bye.